But it's amazing how your habitual things can come into a product, and that product affect so many people, you know, and then how that makes you feel not only about what you've created, but about, you know, how you can affect other people, which is just, it's really been amazing to see, you know, how London and the Googly Goo has grown and affected people all around us. And we have, you know, really good friends, and they have a son, and his eyes just light up when you're reading this book to him.
Yes, and he knows the book too.
Yeah.
And like he's like, I don't know this book. I can't read it. I'm only this 4, however old he is. I'm only 4, and then I'm reading it, and he's like word for word reading it with me, and I'm like, little boy, you can read this book. I was like, you read this book better than I read the book. Yeah. I mean, to see that was like so like reassuring that
those eyes lighting up like that made this whole process
totally worth it.
Totally worth it.
Totally worth it. I just have like my number 1 biggest littlest, because he's like 4, fan.
Yeah.
And he like asked his mom to read it to him, and his dad to read it to him, and his grandma to read it to him like multiple times a day, and it just makes me feel so good about that, about the
job you've done.
Yeah, like giving myself a pat on the back for that one. Pat, pat, pat. You know, I have to stretch too. But
you know, so you don't think about that when you're going
through the process.
When you start thinking about your purpose, you don't really think about stuff like that. How you can, you know, make a little kid's eyes light up like that, and the joy you can bring someone, you know, through your work, you know, and then when you see the outcome like that, it really is life changing.
It is.
Right? And you know, that really can change your mindset as well. Like, hey, all of this pain that you're going through, you know, is worth it.
Frustration.
And frustration is worth it.
And wanting to give up.
Just if you can do that to one child, you know,
see it.
It's worth every second that you've struggled, you know, to do this.
I'm pretty sure I cried when I was listening to him.
So to all authors out there that are
potential authors
that are on the fence about putting their work out there,
do it.
I mean, you have no idea who or what or when or how you will affect someone.
True life.
You know, just like when Meredith's aunt gave her first writing book, you know, that affected her forever.
It did.
So,
you're gonna make me cry.
So those events, those events have led up to
this moment,
to that moment,
and where I wanted to create this book for my niece and create this experience for my niece. You know, that my aunt started for me when I was a kid, 5. So
there's always a higher purpose, a higher meaning for what you're doing. You may not see it in the depths of the battle of it. Mm-hmm. But when you see it, when you get to the end and you see it at the end, you know, it's definitely life-changing.
For sure.
So, like I say, we wanted to talk a little bit about, you know, how to write a book and the differences in styles and processes.
And how you affect people with your work. And I feel like we really hit that today in this podcast, because I'm about to cry. So emotional. No, but I'm just honestly, like, I'm really proud of myself.
She only cries once a day.
Just once a day. So the next one will be fine, you know, 'cause it's the once a day. No, but I'm just honestly like, and it's okay. And it's okay to say you're proud of, I'm proud of myself. Like I'm proud of what I went through. I'm proud of what I've created. I'm proud of the decisions I've made in doing this book, the decision to pick my artist, the decision to sit down and learn programs, write the book in the first place, or even have the thought in the first place. I'm proud of the partner that I picked to sit here and basically learn these programs with me. Like you're in the process of making books as well, but he didn't sit here and help me trying to better himself, and he sat here and supported me and wanted to learn to help me. And that definitely hit home too when I actually created this book, because I'm the first one to say, if it wasn't for Nate being there to support me and help me and walk me through certain things that I didn't understand, or just be there for moral support, I don't know if this book could have been created.
I mean, I'm just lucky to be a part of it. I mean, you know, like I say, not only from your creativity, but, you know, Julian's creativity, and, you know, going through the process and then seeing the outcomes. I mean, this has just been an amazing process. We're definitely blessed to be able to be a part of this process. And you don't really realize it when you're in the process what a blessing it is to be able to do it, right?
Right.
You know, to have the ability, you know, to come up with things. And, you know, and this is the first of many. Mm-hmm. You know, we're going to be bringing out a lot of stuff. Our battery's about to die. So what you want to talk about podcast, like, follow, subscribe, and we're out.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Thanks.
Guys.